In today's mental golf training tip, I'd like to talk to you about the power of feeling over intellect. In all my years of working with golfers in the past 20, 25 years, actually, most athletes, by the way, their intellect seems to take over. And everything is headstrong, 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 thinking, 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 overthinking, overanalyzing, overjudging, over criticizing, and so on and so forth. So if you're listening to this tip, you probably have some idea of what I'm talking about. And golfers in particular are very intellectual folks, by and large, I would say. And I'd say the high majority of golfers I've worked with over the years are highly intellectual. So what do? They read, they study, and they gather data, and they get everything they can to digest and feed their mind and feed their mind. So then they go out on the golf course, and what are they told to do? Well, don't think so much. Oh, really? Okay. Well, that's all I do is think. Yeah, well, you should think in between shots, and when you're actually hitting the golf ball, you don't want to be thinking at all. Well, this creates a dilemma for the golfer, doesn't it? Because most golfers are spending so much of their time thinking and analyzing and using their intellect to try to strengthen the intellect. But what I'd like to suggest to you today is that the feeling is what's most important. And what I'm saying to you would explain very easily why affirmations don't work. Positive thinking doesn't work. You're saying these things in your head, in your head, in your head. But you don't hit the golf ball with your head, do you? No. You hit it with your body. And you hit it with an open body where energy is flowing without obstruction. And as long as your head is involved, that energy flow is obstructed. Okay? It's very simple. It's like throwing rocks in a pond. That pond might be very calm and steady, but as soon as you throw rocks in there, all of a sudden you got these little ripples getting in the way. The body is no different. Your body is nice and calm like the steady pond until your mind kicks in and starts throwing in all these thoughts. I don't know if I can do this. I haven't done this before. I always shoot poorly on this hole. I always miss 3-foot putts. I'm not that good, so on and so forth, right? So all those thoughts are just like the little rocks and stones you throw into that very calm pond. The body by itself is fine, but it's the intellect that starts messing with your body. So it's the feeling you're looking for. So my suggestion in this tip today is to search for the feeling. When you're taking your practice swing, don't be thinking and using your intellect to make it work out. Feel the swing. Go for the swing that feels good. When the swing starts to feel good, that's when you're ready to step into a dress position. Feel the shot, feel the outcome, feel the golf swing. Try to get away from the intellect as much as you can while you're at the driving range or while you're on the golf course. Go for the feeling. And how easy is it to do that? It's simple. Just ask yourself, what's the feeling I'm looking for? What's the feeling I'm looking for? You already know what the answer is going to be. And as soon as you feel it, you're going to go, oh, yeah, that's it. That's the feeling I want on this little chip that I'm hitting. Normally, I'm uptight and I'm tense and I'm all these other things. What's the feeling I want? Oh, I want the feeling of relaxation. I want the feeling of fluidness. I want the feeling of flow. I want the feeling of balance. What's the feeling you're looking for? Those kinds of responses are completely away from the intellect. Do you get it? These are now bodily responses. When you start using the intellect, the only responses you're getting are up in your intellect. That's not helping you. And that's why you can say, I'm really good, I'm really good, I'm really good, I'm really good, all you want. And I'm really positive, I'm really positive, I'm really positive, I'm really positive, all you want. And it won't work. You've probably done this already. It will not work because you're still hanging out upstairs in your intellect. The body is not receiving any of the good stuff from there. Do you get it? But when you focus on the feeling, what does being positive feel like? What does being great feel like? Now you're engaging the whole rest of your tools. meaning your body, your emotions, and your energy. Because once you're using your intellect by itself, you're leaving out 3 of the 4 most important items you have, anybody has, to be their best, no matter what you're doing. And this is why the Wired to Win program focuses on aligning those things. Okay? Mind, body, emotion, and energy. Because I already know that every time you're in alignment, you're going to do what you do better than you usually do it. It's the way it works. Sounds like magic, but it's really not. It's just the way human beings are put together. When those 4 elements are in alignment, whatever we do, we're going to do at a higher level. I've never seen it really fail. So go for the feeling. That's the key message here. Go for the feeling. Stay away from the intellect. It's not helping you. If you want to use your intellect to study and gather data and all that stuff, that's great. But once you got the golf club in your hand, go for the feeling. What's the feeling I'm looking for here? What's the feeling I'm looking for here? So that's the tip for today.